Alright, let's get into this. This is going to be another critique of a lower level player. I'm going to be taking a look at Icerunner. Icerunner is a guy who's watching me cast a tournament, and we're just talking. There's a lot of strategy talk in that casting. It was actually of a Zeke Saturday Daily tournament, which is completely open to anybody. So you guys should probably check those out. I mean, it's cool. Now, basically, what I'm going to be doing is examining everything about this game for Icerunner and critique pretty much every little thing to make sure that I can try and help him get as better as he possibly can. Just because I really like doing this, and I want to do more, so I like helping people a lot. I've done a couple of these already, some with my games, some with other people's games, but I like it, so I want to continue doing it. So guys, if you are interested in letting me critique this, or critique one of your games, just send me an email, zanderfever@gmail.com, zanderfever@gmail.com, to say, hey, your name, who you are in the replay. Generally, I'll do this more. I'll be able to do this a lot better if you're gold or below. I can probably do it for platinum as well, but I really want to center it towards the lower 50% of StarCraft 2, the StarCraft 2 world. Just I'm actually semi-competent. I'm a Master League Pro Toss player. I'm a commentator. I cast so much. So I see every single matchup all the time. Pretty good at understanding of the game, and I do want to actually help other people get better. So, in me off the bat, it's looking so far that everything's looking fine from Icerunner. Didn't actually see exactly if he was doing the Overlord thing, but so far I'm not seeing anything that's horrible. He's going for a 15 hatch on this map, Tal'Darim Altar. That's a great thing to do. And let's see what he's going to be able to accomplish in this ZVT. Right now, Kenny is his opponent. Icerunner is our friendly person. And immediately he's going for Extractor after that. Actually, that's something I think is a little bit risky, is going for the Speedling Opener after the hatchery first. I would actually much rather you go for just a normal pool, like a 15 hatch, 14 pool kind of thing, because right now you're down to 12, and you have 3 larvae saved up. You don't want to get to 3 larvae unless you're planning on getting, say, 6 zerglings out at once. So right now, you can see right now the economy is kind of hurting. You only have 8 drones mining minerals at the moment, and you can see that your income is kind of suffering a little bit from that. Because you should actually have a couple more drones. See, right now they're getting out more, but I would actually much rather you go for the Extractor a little bit later. Say to put a food count on it, 20, 25. If you're going to have early pressure from the Terran, the speed's not going to be up in time. Unless you're planning on putting a lot of counter pressure on them, there's really no reason to try and get that speed ASAP, especially after a hatch first, in which case you're going to be a little bit more passive. Excuse me, you're going to be a little bit more passive early on in the game. So, looking over here, you're going to go right through. Oh, phase through. When you're scouting a Terran like this and you have that going on and you want to really get into his base, right-click a mineral patch and your drone will completely go through. Because you can watch how these guys, when they're mining, they phase directly through each other. Same thing is true of all these units. Also, it's a really useful tool against Protoss. If you're going to do a late drone scout before the Stalker or Sentry comes out, and there's just that Zealot at the wall in hold position, when you're going to the base, right-click on the mineral patch, you'll go directly through the Zealot, you'll take only 1 hit, and you'll have a full scout of everything. And then you can do the same thing to retreat. Okay, so now here you have this bunker. You have all these drones just right now. But if you have links coming out, you're really fine. So, actually, continue critiquing that. I was going to say, if there's links there, that'd be fine. Looks like you pulled off your drones at 88 gas. Pull them off sooner with the 100 gas. That's something that can actually really help you. It's really, really key. And I'm going to look at your timing for when you list. Right now, you're getting drones out. You're going to need a Overlord. You got to watch out for this. It's so easy to get supply blocked as Zerg, and it really, really hurts just because of the fact that you can build so many units right now the second you get larva. And see, now you're trying to build more. I can see you're just not getting those 2 Overlords. You really have to keep an eye and watch over here to make sure that you can really not get supply blocked. So, let's continue watching here. By the way, watch how long the supply block really hurts you for. It's see, just now you get unsupply blocked, and you just now built people at 536. When did that supply block happen? Let's see, supply block 536. Yikes. Okay, and there's a supply block, 536 from 453. That's almost a minute. That's like 40 seconds or something of pure supply blocking. And 40 seconds, that's a full spawn larva. With 2 queens out, that's literally 8 larvae. And if you spend your money, that's literally 8 more drones you could have compared to 530. So, Over here you've got this Overlord moving around, that's good. If you're moving him in a direction so you can go ahead and sacrifice in this guy's base, that'll be great. But right now you literally have no idea what's going on. I do like the fact that you're sending Zerglings over. That's actually a pretty big deal that you're doing that, because at the moment you've seen just about nothing. If you can get forward, you see this, that you're doing a little bit you can take these guys. You realize it a little bit afterwards, but you can take them with those Zerglings. It might be safer to just pull back and keep your Zerglings alive, or maybe just go directly into the main base to get the scout. Honestly, I would say go directly into the main base, because you've got to see the Hellion play coming in. Now you see, now you go forward, but will you throw on a Spawn Crawler? Okay, good. 2, you don't need 2. You just need a single one right here. A single one here, in Evo Chamber or something here to finish the wall off. Okay, look, right now, you put the Roachhorn over there. Instead, put the Roachhorn here, the Evo here, Spine Crawler, Queen. You're completely Hellion-proof. So that's something to note. So your Queen, you need to spawn Larva much more quickly. It's kind of a really important thing to do. So you're going to go put down a Creep Tumor, maybe? Or you're just going to try and wall off, but yeah, this is going to be rough, and now you're going to probably lose a few drones. Be careful with doing this, because now you can watch as you're lining them up. That's going to be fine. You got speed out, so you're going to lose a couple of drones, but nothing crazy. And be careful with tagging your drones. You got really lucky with that guy staying alive. But look at your spawn larva. Your queens have been up for a while. Look at no creepers are going down, and you're up to 42. Then you have a third queen out. So where's the vomiting? This guy in the main. There you go. We noticed at 23. It was at 21 energy when you went to vomit. That's really, really not very good. At the moment, where are your lings? You're putting a lot of counter pressure on. You don't really look at that. Your continued attack. Don't do that. Right now, you should have one ling out in the front, one ling here, and you should be taking out these rocks and playing for economy. You're Zerg. You want economy. You want economy and scouting to know what's happening. You're continuing to be aggressive with these lings, but in the meantime that you're being aggressive, let's see, you're not spawning larva there, you're not spawning larva here. Queen energy, no spawn. There's a spawn over here. In the main, you're not spawning. You should be spawning everything consecutively. You spawn that you're natural, not in your main. There you go. Now you spawn your main, and you have full. Okay, you've wasted a full spawn larva. You could have a lot more larvae than you do right now. You actually have 2 spawn larvas here, so you're lacking in terms of just production capabilities. You can't produce units without larva in this Zerg. You got to realize that the importance of there is massive. You're still not getting your third right now. You're gonna be wanting getting your lair, which is good. But where's your third base? You're getting this hatchery. You could easily throw down this or even this base if you don't have these rocks throwing down. But you've got to expand faster right now. So you're spreading creep. This is good, but you got to be more aware of everything you're doing. You have enough APM to definitely be spamming everything. And where's your scouting formation? You don't really know what he's adding on. You don't know if he's going for like a weird Banshee timing, or if he's going for just straight up siege tanks, Bluefin Hellions, or just normal Hellions, or what. But let's take a look at what you've seen. Almost nothing. You've still seen just about nothing. Where is your Overlord? It's here. Overlord should continue going down and then moving here and just going left, or possibly coming past this third and going straight down. Get this. Okay, so now we can go ahead and continue running around, but I'm really not liking the fact that you don't have an Expo. You need that Expo. You have roaches, but you don't have Glial. You've got the Speedlings, but where's the upgrades? There's no Evo chambers. You definitely have 1 or 2 Evo chambers by now, and you should be upgrading. Your drone count is looking to be pretty good with the saturation. We can see that you got 45 to 39. You could have more. You're going for roaches. You're just now getting the Glial. Get that sooner. You need that up ASAP. You have a good spine crawler placement. This is actually kind of a tricky one, but the problem is with this one is that's very vulnerable. Terran loves to siege up down here when they have medevacs, and the spine crawler is not long for this world. In that case, spine crawlers are mainly an anti-Hellion type of thing, but now you have this SCV running forward. See, he's scouting you, doing a pretty good job, and he gets poked in the face, but still. Baneling Nest is going down, nice. So if you're going Ling Baneling, that would be very, very nice. But there's no Mutos. You seem to go in Roaches instead of Mutos. Okay, there's a Spire, okay. Get that sooner, right as the lair pops. Okay, if you're going to go for Spire and you're going for this 2-base play like you're doing, what you should be doing is getting Metabolic boost, taking guys off the gas, and maybe around 6 minutes or so, then you get the layer, 6-7 minutes, and start the layer. You get the spire the second you can. When you start getting the layer, the spire, or in between, that's when you add your 3rd and 4th geysers, and you mine them instantaneously. Then when you don't spend any gas, if you can get away with it, just have lings and spine crawlers to defend that early aggression from the Terran, and then the second your spire is finished, you should have hopefully at least 700 or 800 gas and 700 or 800 minerals, in which case you would then immediately pop out 6 or 7 mutas and maybe the +1 missile attack for the mutas, or get 7 or 8 mutas and immediately go to the Terran, immediately start harassing, immediately be annoying. Because if you look at what he's doing at this time, at 11 minutes, you could have been in there with mutas attacking. And what does he have to defend? He has his ball of marines, no missile turrets. Over here, he has a starport. You get the scout. You'd see this double engineering bay. That's a pretty big deal. But no missile turrets. You can harass and deal damage, and it will be great. You got to be very, very aware of that possibility. You can see there's no capacity even to build a Thor. And you'd be forcing an engineering bay if he hasn't had it already. You're forcing turrets, and then you continue attacking around. If you can keep those mutas alive, basically you're going to have the centrifugal hook banelings, because you see they got baneling that's coming. If you then take out the marines, or just leave, or take out all but 3 or 4 marines, you can then just use the mutas to clean up the last marines, and then every single siege tank is gone. You can retreat with all your lings and take minimal ground losses and take out the siege tanks in that battle, and that'll be a very, very large deal. Right now, you see you're actually behind in the food count. That should not be the case. You should be macroing your little heart out and really, really making sure you can destroy the Terran. And let's take a look at how that could happen. You have no spawn larva at your natural. Your queen is almost 100 energy. At your main base, you've got a queen with 58 energy. He's done 1 creep tumor, or she's done 1 creep tumor, and you have 2 hatcheries here that this queen can vomit on. Still no 3rd base. Well, at this point in time, I've seen professional players with 4 bases, muta harass, banelings with centrifugal hooks, roaches with speed, 2 or 3 spine crawlers to defend, and drone saturation to the point where they have 60 or 70 drones at this point. So that's a place that you could be, and you need to work to being able to get there. So let's go ahead and continue to watch this and see exactly where you're going to be going. Where's the spawn larva? I'm going to just watch the spawn larva, because that's really, really important. I am Nesty, the best zerg in the world, has literally said sometimes that if a zerg misses 1 or 2 spawn larva, it could cost the game. Here you are right now. You can see you're still not spawning larva over here. Notice your money is really low. Well, imagine if you had another 20 drones right now. You would be having so much money. You can see that you're getting central hooks. Good, I like that. Your spire is going close to done. You've got these extractors mining, so that's good. Over here, you're finally getting your 3rd. Good. Moving forward with these lings to go ahead and start attacking. But this is not exactly an army you can take with just those lings. Well, you're going to pull them back the second you see these guys, or you're going to lose everything. Looking like you're going to lose everything. That's not optimal by any means. You got 1 ling sort of hurting a couple marines. Yeah. So let's see, what's your response to this? You've got 22 lings in production. You have all these roaches. These roaches are your main armor. You gotta be really careful. Stim marines didn't do a whole lot of damage to roaches. Right now you're lucky it doesn't have combat shield, but okay. I'm going to do a little math for you in the terms of marines and banelings and the relationship between them and death. So marines have 45 health. 10 health gets killed by stim pack, leaving them with 35 health. Banelings deal 38 damage, I want to say, to light units. Marines are light. That means if they stim and they don't have combat shield and your baneling hits them, it's an automatic death. So just a straight up automatic death. You can see that he actually doesn't even... Here, his combat shield just started. But let's look at you, and once this reverse baneling pops, I'm going to show you exactly what I was talking about. So you scan and take out the precious creep that you have spread. Oh, versus light 35 damage. So it's with the +1 attack you do 38, but still 35. And this, that's literally automatic death. If you had a +1 attack by now, you could. If you had a double Evo chamber going on at the early game, you could have +1/+1 right now. Another thing to note is that with their zerglings, they have 35 health and no armor. Siege tanks in siege mode, look at this damage they do. They deal 35. If you have 1 armor upgrade earlier on, it takes 2 siege tank hits to kill a zergling, and then your zerglings will be able to stay more alive and allow them to deal more damage. That's what you need them for. Right now, you have all these roaches on the left. attacking the destructive rocks, and that's actually, to be honest, that's perfectly fine right now. If he's going to push up the center, you have the opportunity to go for a pincer attack. You are just now getting out 5 mutas. You have no more production. You have centrifugal hooks, and your supply block. To watch the supply block. Supply blocks in battles like this are terrible. Queen energy in the midst of all this. You've got another queen down there, 50 at each. This guy's now at 121. So let's check out what's going to happen with this battle and how you handle it. You can see how the scan is taking out this creep tumor. No centrifugal hooks is done yet. You're pushing these guys back, but he's very vulnerable. If you had centrifugal hooks at that point, you start a little bit sooner, be a little bit more efficient, get this stuff out as much as you can, because right now all these guys have pretty much stimmed. There's no combat shield yet, and you can really, really deal damage. Oh, will he siege up down here? I'm kind of expecting him to. Oh, watch the mutas, watch the mutas. There are so many marines. Okay, good. But can you, okay, also, you see how strong this push is right now? He has the +1/+1. His siege tanks are here. This guy's got 12 kills somehow. Oh, it's because of those lings that you sacrificed down here for almost nothing. You have this base up here. You haven't been able to use it. That you're building an overlord from it. That's what you're building. That's literally what you're building from this. You should be getting just drones at this expansion. Even in the midst of this attack, you should be clicking there manually to this hatchery, selecting it manually, pressing S and DDD, or just hold down D or something. But you might as well get the income over here while you're trying to defend this, because what's going to save you if you lose this expansion is having other ones that you can go ahead and lose, so that you can go ahead and use. So that if Kenny decides to continue pushing in, you still have an economy to reproduce units. And then when he doesn't scout that or something, or you're continuing to defend and have reinforcements of units, and all of a sudden you're going to move in with an army around here with a full attack, coming with mutas in this direction, lings, roaches, banelings in this direction, lings and roaches or banelings or something from this direction, all hitting at the same time. That's how you kill a stronger Terran army. You get them with a full surround so they cannot micro. He can't spread his marines because no matter what direction he goes in, he'll encounter units. His siege tanks cannot attack a single army all bunched up because you have 3 armies going at him in different directions. That's how you crush this push. So let's see what happens. Just for fun about that. But now here, is he sieging over here? This is a really famous spot for Terrans to go ahead and abuse. So you gotta realize that, and you're going to a counterattack with your 5 mutas. Okay, oh, you're building units here. What are they? Roaches, good. And 1 drone, good. Alright, but now pull back. Just, when this happens, just take these bottom half drones and just send them somewhere else. Send them over here. Alright, so now let's take a look at what is happening at the moment. You can see that. Oh, yeah, don't let your drones do that. So you're moving forward. You're going to go in on the left where he has the vision. You're moving down here as well. Where are those banelings? No, banelings aren't doing anything. Oh, banelings are doing anything. You can see that they're still there, but that's not a horrible engagement in some respects. You did some stuff, something's right, but where are those mutas? Did you lose your mutas? Did you lose? Yeah, you have no mutas. You gave him time to get out those missile turrets by not getting out the mutas in the most efficient manner. He's now expanding behind this pressure, so he's looking to be in a great position. You're now down a lot of food. He's now up. You can see, look at the units lost tab. That is not good. That's because of the bad efficiency earlier on. Can you imagine what would have happened if you had an additional 20 banelings during that attack? There'd be no marines alive left. He didn't exactly micro them with perfection. So that could have been a great thing for you if you've been able to get out those things. Because everything I'm saying right now points to your first 8 minutes of the game. Those are the most important minutes, especially as a Zerg, where you really have to do well against the first Terran push. That's kind of the pivotal moment in most ZVTs, is that first Terran push and how Zerg handles. It's almost guaranteed that Terran's going to have some kind of strong army, whether it's Marine tank, whether it's Marine Hellion tank, whether it's Hellion tank, maybe even if it's just a Banshee, or if there's even a Viking running around and attacking. It's all about how you handle the pressure. If you can handle the pressure well, utilize Baneling, Micro, Central Hooks, upgrades, and mutas, you can destroy the Terran with a really, really good, solid gameplay. And if you can do that, you're golden. Because then all of a sudden, you can expand, double expand. He's going to be down 40 food. This unit's loss tab will be almost reversed. And then you'll be able to be in a huge position. And all of a sudden, Kenny's going to be forced to turtle up and get planetary fortresses instead of orbital commands. So that means less muling. And he's going to be hard-pressed to attack. Then what you need to do is have vision everywhere. Every single watchtower in your possession. Lings everywhere. Even burrowed lings at expansions. It's a great thing to do to delay opponents' bases. And if you have that, then you'll be able to completely and utterly delay your opponent. You go farther ahead, you get to Hive Tech, you get to Broodlords, and then you can break any siege tank line because you'll have Broodlords. Get Infestors as well. Baneling, Zergling, Infestor, Broodlord, that is the ultimate army. Sometimes Ultras, it depends on the situation. If it's going pure mech with lots of Thors, you want the Ultras. But really, you have to also watch out for Ghosts, because Ghosts are incredibly good against Zerg, and Infestors with a Snipe and the MP. So, let's see if this can get to there. So let's go ahead and check this out. So now he's going to go ahead and continue attacking. He's got all these guys, he's got the medevacs. You're trying to position your army for the flank, which is good. You're spreading out the roaches. I like that a lot. The problem is you just don't have enough to really do lots of damage. He's taking out that roach warren, and you're pressing it forward. Very nice job. I like the timing you're pushing forward. The problem is that there's just too many siege tanks at the moment. You're not really taking them out. He's got the +1/+1 here. He's looking solid. You have these lings. You're not being patient. It's another thing that I'm noticing with how you're handling this attack. This is a very, very, very common attack. I know VT Poke Bunny does this all the time. I guess he's not VT anymore. I don't know what team he's on. But still, something that you're going to have to do is pretty much sacrifice his space sometimes. You mass up so you have your entire army here. You see how his food stay the same and you've gone down from equal food to this. If you had waited, let's just say you hadn't attacked that first siege up. You just pulled back your drones, you sent them into your main base, and you had an additional, say, 100 food of units right now. He'd be up to about 130 or something, and you'd be at maybe 140 if you had the +1/+1. Units here, units here, units here. Lings coming down here to intercept reinforcements. Roaches here, and you have your mutas over here, and then all of a sudden, right after he sends a volley of siege tank shots into your hatchery, you converge. They are dead. You have twice the army. All of a sudden, his army is gone. You see what he has back in his main that you'd be able to reinforce with? Oh, look at that. 5 Marines. Another 5 Marines. 2 medevacs. That becomes his entire army, while you lose maybe 30-40 food, and you're going to end up being in a almost reverse situation of the food count. It's all about crisis management when you're ZVT in a situation like this. Pretty much most ZVTs, it's just crisis management. Alright, so they have this queen. Oh, by the way, yeah, that was a full energy queen. Let's look at your main in the midst of all this. You've got a queen. It's now up to 120 energy. This guy's up to 90 energy. Not exactly the best. Pure banelings, you got to be really wary of. Very, very wary of. And now you can just retreat and play normally. You have this base up, and look at that one drone. You're building units. You have 34 drones to 68 SCVs. It's not the best thing you want to be in. You've got to be careful with the rally points, too. It's really, really easy way to give him a free victory. Because right now, he's using great positioning. This is a very, very difficult thing that's hard to break. You can see he's using this ramp over here to make it harder for your lings to get straight to these siege tanks down there. He's got vision with his medevac. Something that you can really do is if you're going to move in and attack and you still have mutas, target the medevac with the mutas. Get the banelings onto the marines, get the zerglings to surround everything. The tanks are especially a target of those zerglings. Mutas can go for the tanks after they kill that medevac. It's a very key positional thing. You're expanding, good, you kind of have to, but he's got his third as well, so it's got to be something that's going to be really, really wary of, because he's doing a really good job of utilizing his units to the best that he possibly can. He's now at 72. You're also not droning up at all. The second you see him push back, you need to start droning up a lot. He's probably going to scan, and yeah. So yeah, this is why you need to see this attack coming, because if you can attack him before he sieges up, that's really key. Catching those guys off guard is massive. He's now expanding against me on 4 bases. You're down to 2 with a 3rd coming up. And now you're doing a counterattack. This is a very nice thing to do, but you got to do it earlier. Maybe while he's sieged up over here, you send in a contingent of 30 lings and you go ahead and counterattack. Hopefully, maybe you'll push him out, but if he's already sieged up, odds are he's going to push the attack and keep your decreased army and kill it. So what you can do in that situation, another thing you can do is, if you have lings at the watchtowers and you see him pushing forward, just force a lings, go around this path, and then directly into his natural expansion and kill off all of these SCVs. And then run into the main, work on these add-ons. Each reactor, look at that, it's 400 health, and it basically functions as a full naked barracks to produce marines. And you can then take away 1, 2, 3, 4 marines producing at a time, and then even possibly a medevac being produced at one time. But now looking over here, he's getting the 2-2 upgrades. This is going to be really hard to deal if you can get that up, because notice you're still at no upgrades. You have 0, 0, 0, 0 for these mutas and these banelings. Now he's going to move in, and it's basically you just got. It's going to start getting attacked, and you're not going to be able to defeat it because because your first 8 minutes of the game wasn't optimal. So you're close to find out. Hey, look, double Evo. Use them. So you have these roaches, you have those mutas. Mutas without upgrades, mutas just in general against Marines, it's just not a good battle. Especially when the Marines have that +1, it just decimates you. You're retreating with those drones. That's nice. Full energy queen, by the way. Get that spawn larva up. And that's pretty much why you've lost this bad positioning. You're not utilizing the mutas as best as you can. If you really want to see great muta usage, watch Dome Regu, watch EG Idra, watch those really, really classic Zerg players. I am Nest T, he's good with everything that has to do with Zerg. But watch how they control it. Watch how they get to those mutas. You gotta get those gas geysers too over here. You've had space for a while, but no gas income. You need gas income. There's no other way to put it. You really do. You're getting lings, but you see how you're just sending tiny armies piecemeal at this guy, and they're getting just wrecked without doing any damage. Zerg, you've got to surround together. You have to keep everything together, because you can see how fast you do nothing against these guys. This one ling came to have damage to kill off a Marine while it's getting healed by the medevac. You have to keep them in conjunction with each other, because right now he's just not. Look at the unit's lost tab. That is simply because of the fact that you're not engaging when you have the right forces. Being patient waiting until the moment you can crush that army in the span of 3 seconds. That's what Zerg does. They crush army in 3 or 4 seconds when they get the right positioning. If they don't, they get killed in 3 or 4 seconds. Weak units, fast DPS, massing units, you've got to be careful with how you engage. So let's see what's going on. He's now scanning you, and I'm guessing this is really getting to be the end of the game. But think about that opener you did of getting out the lair sooner, getting out more gas, and getting out those mutas the second your spire is done, possibly getting the +1 attack as well, and then you can deal with a lot of things that can happen. Your upgrades over here, they're about 12, 13, 14 minutes late. It would have been very different if you had +1 attack banelings and you had enough of them to kill these guys, and you call it GG. I appreciate you calling GG. Thank you very much for being manner. I hate when people aren't manner, so thank you very much for that GG. But let's do a little bit of recap. Get the mutas out, harass them the second you get them out, try and get a solid group of 8 of them out with your first popping of your spire, immediately bringing out 8 mutas at least. I've seen people like Idra get out 13 mutas off on that first thing. It all depends on scouting. You've got to have those lings here. Those ling attacks that do nothing. Be careful of those. That's giving away free units, and it's forcing you to make more units instead of drones. You could have I don't how many to see. He's killed 27 workers. You have 38. He's built more SCVs than you have drones. That should never happen. That should never happen. Okay, so now banelings. Your infrastructure is all looking good. It's just a matter of how you utilize it and get to it to increase your efficiency. This can be seriously important. But I think we've analyzed this replay enough. Get out more bases. It's another big thing. Get out the bases. Utilize that Zerg economy, that Zerg swarming. That's your strength. Also, by the 20-minute mark, you're going to want to have hive tech with broodlords. Remember that these melee upgrades that you're using for your ling baneling, they affect the broodlings as well, which is the main DPS of the broodlord. Greater spire, you can always upgrade the air as well. If you want carrot pace and attack upgrades are so important. Think about Marines. The Marines are the main anti-Zerg unit for Terran. They do 8 damage with the +2, 9 damage with the +3 attack, and there's so many of them. But with only doing 9 damage, if you can reduce 3 of those damage, which you can with the armor upgrades, hey, they're back to being just normal average Marines, just without upgrading Marines. That's essentially what they would be doing against your broodlords if they have the +3 armor. I think they already start with an armor too, so it might be +4, which means they would do less than the normal unupgraded Marine, and that's really, really important because you know the percentage that upgrades increase the DPS for Marines. It's incredible. I can't think of much else at the moment, but I hope that helps you, and let me know if you have any other replays that you're interested in me analyzing, and utilize droning. Okay, by the way, I want to show you a really nice scenario just in 3 seconds. It's literally, let's see, your Terran does that push, you crush it, you drone, get on 20 drones, get an expansion, and then you can go ahead, get hive tech, broodlords, infestors, attack, you win. That's the simplest way to go about a ZVT, though it's a lot more complicated to actually do it than actually saying it, but keep that in mind as a general plan that you can utilize. So thank you. Hope you enjoyed that.